I'm gonna go ahead and start meal prepping our mason jar salad. You'll need 2 mason jars, lettuce, cucumbers, pickled onions or just regular onions, the tomatoes, chickpeas, pickles if you want, kale and the romaine lettuce, and then some rotisserie chicken if you want it, and Italian dressing. For the first jar, you're only putting your greens in here, so I've taken half romaine lettuce and half kale. And if you're using kale, make sure to like crumple it up in your hands and stuff before you eat it, because it'll help it be more tender and easier to eat. And then throw in a splash of cold water, not a lot, just enough to keep it from getting dry. And then you're set with your first jar. For the second jar, add about half a can of chickpeas. Then eyeball about how much dressing you're gonna want. I used probably 3 or 4 tablespoons of this Olive Garden Italian dressing. Throw on a layer of cucumbers. Next, you're gonna add some of your cubes of tomatoes or your chunks of it. Then add some of those purple onions that we pickled, sort of, and some apple cider vinegar and salt to the top. I had some room left, so I threw on 1 slice of cut up provolone cheese. Seal up your mason jar and give it a good shake. Just enough to make sure everything got dressed at least the once, and then you'll want to store it where the dressing is going to sort of marinate the chickpeas and throw it all in the fridge. I also tore up some rotisserie chicken, and I'll be taking that with the salad in the Ziploc bag, and we'll be ready to go. My lunchbox came with this neat little tray, so everything fits perfectly in here. The only downside to a recipe like this with mason jars and salad is that you will need to have something else that you can dump the contents into so you can eat it. In my case, I'm probably just gonna dump it out into this tray and eat it like that, and then just rinse it out and put everything back. But if you can find a Tupperware that's big enough for this, I would just keep the jars in the inside the Tupperware. But it's important to keep these separated so that everything stays fresh and that everything like this is gonna still be delicious. So yeah, if you can find something like this, that's perfect, or a big Tupperware, whatever, and then you have the dish that you can eat everything in. Right there, everything's packed up into the main part of my lunchbox, and so now I can add some little treats. In this front pocket, I'm throwing in some green grapes, string cheese, a tangerine LaCroix, and a blueberry protein muffin. And just like that, lunch is all done. This was very easy. Since I had all the vegetables prepped from before, this took me all of 15 minutes, and I was videoing it. So, yeah. Hi, Gracie.
Hey, bestie.
Don't forget a fork.